Today, two people come to the well. Jesus comes to the well, Jacob's well, which was sacred to both to the Jews and to the Samaritans. But he comes because he's thirsty, he's tired, he's worn out. The woman comes to the well because she is a broken woman. Her soul is hurting. She probably was lonely, trying to fill the emptiness of her life. Whatever her story was, we have no idea what that story was about. One thing is very clear, though, that in that gospel, Jesus neither speaks about sin, nor does he condemn her, nor does he chastise her. Rather, he invites her and welcomes her. So we have no idea. Many times we talk about in this reading that she had 5 husbands, and we draw all kinds of conclusions from that. Jesus isn't drawing those conclusions. Jesus isn't making any kind of a judgment. All Jesus is doing is welcoming, just like he welcomes each and every one of us. But whatever her story was, whatever our story is, it has brought us to this moment. It brought her to that moment. And somehow, everything comes together. She says, I've been drinking out of this well for many, many years. I've been filling these jars up with water for so many years, seeking something more in my life. And all she says to Jesus is, just please give me this living water to drink. She's thirsty also. He's thirsty, she's thirsty. One is physically thirsty, one has a soul thirst, an inner thirst. But they have found something in common. Their humanity. That very image of God that they all share. One image of God needs water, one image of God needs her soul. Both in need. At the end of the story, the whole town, the entire community is able to find its character, its value, its heart as one in Jesus. Not because somebody told them, because they found that that was the answer. There's a God connection that's made at that well. And that's what we're supposed to do when we come to church here. We're supposed to make a God connection within our lives. And so some of us are thirsty for all kinds of reasons. I'm sure in so many ways we all have our jars that we're trying to fill and trying to find that answer, that living water. It may come in different ways. But what Jesus tells us is to let those jars that we've been trying to fill, maybe on our own, or with our own desires, or with our own needs, or what we think is important, to leave those jars set aside and follow Jesus and take the jar filled with living water. The one that Jesus can give. Make that connection. St. Paul tells us that we need to become the earthen vessels. We need to become that jar. We need to become the earthen vessel that's filled with joy and peace, with patience and kindness, with goodness and trust, with gentleness and humility, with poverty and purity of our motives, generosity and mercy and compassion, justice and love. I mean, all those things, it would just overflow in our lives. Can you imagine that? If we were filled with all those qualities, all those virtues, we would be overflowing. It would be like living water running out of us into the lives of others who are looking for that same kindness and patience and joy and mercy and love. What a miracle that would be. What an absolute miracle. So we come here tonight, each and every one of us. We need to find our soul. Who we are. What is the soul that connects us? Or wherever we are in our life. Whatever stage we are in our life. For us here, we need to find the soul of Christ the servant.